Well, good morning, Facebook friends, Team Ascent, Legal Shield Associates, Timmer Halligan here, and we're going to go ahead and get started this morning. I was just listening to some 80s flashback, and Aha came on, that song Take On Me, and I decided to take on the Aha look this morning as I'm driving back from Louisville to Chicago, Illinois, and so just want to welcome everybody. And today we're going to talk about aha moments, and we're going to give everybody just a second to go ahead and get on this morning's Facebook Live training so that we can really start to take this week by control, take this week by charge, and be able to do all the right things that we need to do. And so I'm not going to sing the aha Take On Me, but as I said, I was just listening to that a few minutes ago and decided to bring myself back to the 1980s and have this look this morning for our Facebook Live. So we're going to get started here in just a minute or two. Go ahead and tag your team. I'm just cruising down the road right now and looking forward to a fantastic training to really get your week going, to hopefully give you that aha moment to get your business really rocking in the direction that you want it to go this week. So we're going to get started here in just a couple minutes. And so go ahead and tag your team. But what a fantastic Super Saturday we had down here in Louisville, Kentucky. Appreciate everybody that came out because everybody was capable of coming out that lived in Louisville. Of all the folks that texted me and gave me all the reasons why they could not be at the Super Saturday, I just kind of looked at them and said, man, I'm really sorry you're going to miss this week or this weekend. And that's kind of the way I look at everything in this Legal Shield business. We have an opportunity to do what it is that we want to do. A lot of folks talk about, hey, we get to work from home, but they forget the work part as much. And so that's what we're going to talk about this morning. And we're going to go ahead and flip ourselves back to regular talk. So good morning, everybody. Timmer Halligan here, driving back from Louisville, Kentucky, back to Chicago, Illinois. Happy Monday. And wanted to get everybody on this morning and kind of talk about Monday morning momentum, Monday morning motivation. It's that first day of the week. A lot of folks may be heading to their jobs today. A lot of folks may be heading to their desk to work on their Legal Shield business. And the key thing is whether you've got yourself a full-time job or you do Legal Shield on a part-time or a spare time basis, the word today that we're going to talk about is focus. See, to me, focus is such a powerful word. When I'm working with my athletes and, they're getting ready to start a point in tennis, the mindset that you have when you begin that point a lot of times will dictate if that point actually has an opportunity to move forward. So many mistakes in tennis, in fact, the majority of mistakes are usually made in the first, second, or third shot. It's because the athlete doesn't get themselves focused enough. I mean, by about the fifth shot, all my athletes are great players because they've gotten themselves into the groove, they've gotten themselves worked into the point. But also remember that your opponent is trying to keep you off balance. Your opponent is trying to keep you unfocused. They're trying to exploit that time when you're not really thinking about what it is that you want to get done so they can capitalize. Well, guess what? We've got those same issues in Legal Shield to stay focused, to get done the things that we want to get done. I mean, things just pop up. Things pull us off track. And we've got to make sure that we are intentional with our day. And so if you've already gotten your day planned out today, if you already know what it is that you want to get accomplished today, if you've got it written down, go ahead and just give yourself a like real fast. Go ahead, in fact, give yourself a love right now, because you are probably ahead of 90% of people if you've got your day written down. Good morning, Shaniqua. Good morning, Latrice. Good morning, Lee. Good morning, Derek. Good morning, Alicia. And one thing I just want to say is, I wanted to just talk about writing things down. I know that Shaniqua was on last night's call, and she was speaking last night about the Super Saturday that was in Florida this last weekend. And I think this is about our third time being on the call and being able to share the successes that she's had in a variety of different facets of this business. And here's what I remember. The first time that she jumped on, she said, wow, I could have done better with what I do. And that's what I would expect from somebody the first time they do something, is say I could get better. The second time, she wrote it down, what she was going to say and how she was going to say it. And then yesterday when I messaged her before the call, she said, yeah, of course I've got it written down. And that's why she rocked the call last night. See, if you've got your day written down, if you know what it is you're going to get done, listen, I'll take a dull pencil over a sharp mind any day of the week. I myself know that I've got the right intentions for my day. But if I don't have my day written down, if I don't have my list in front of me, which I've got, while I'm driving. I mean, I've got my list of all the folks that I need to get a hold of today. I had it written down before I left. But the word for today, the thing for today, is to be focused. Folks, we had 37 people. Good morning, Tiara. 37 people earn a $10,000 bonus with Legal Shield this week. Legal Shield paid out over $500,000 in bonuses. This morning we heard on our call a lady from Minnesota who was in her 12th year. So I'm just, I was blown away by what she had said. 12 years in the business, consistently always writing memberships, but hit executive director for the first time. And did it 3 months in a row. Maybe they had hit it once before, this couple, but had hit it now in October, November, or September, October, and November, and they got their $10,000 bonus. Folks, I want you to think about that. Mr. Drennan asked us on one of our calls this last week, what would a $10,000 bonus mean to you? I remember in August of 2000 and I want to say it was 14, that it was August the 13th. And August 13th, I went to bed and, I know what I had in my bank account. And on August 14th, the company put in $30,000 into my bank account from a bonus that they had going on at the time. And I was very intentional on getting that bonus. That bonus was, hey, if you get to $100,000 and you get there in this period of time, we're going to give you a $30,000 bonus on top of that. So I set my goal. I was very intentional. I knew what I needed to do to be able to get there. And every single day, I worked hard for that. Here's the thing. Some people are saying right now that I don't think that I can hit executive director in the month of December. Let's be honest. There's some people that are saying that right now. And let's also be honest that because you're saying that, you're not focused. You get pulled off track. Here's what I can tell you. Everyone is capable of getting it done this month. Here's what I can also tell you, because I know Legal Shield. Because you don't get it done this month, don't think that there's not going to be something equally, if not greater, to what they have offered right now to kick off January. But here's what's going to happen. There's going to be people that are going to kick themselves in the behind because they didn't take the focus these last 9-10 days with all of the distractions that are going on. Listen, I did all my Christmas shopping over the weekend on Amazon. It was not difficult. It took me all of about 15 minutes. Why? Because I had my list of what everybody wanted. I was able to go on there, get it taken care of, get it delivered to the places that it needed to get delivered to so I can move on and do the things that I need to do. See, to me, going to the mall and spending 3 hours running around trying to find those presents is not a good a good way to be able to spend my time. It's not the way that I want to spend my time. My time needs to be focused on helping people that want to get things done. And you work with the willing in this business. We talk about what I've been talking about for the last couple weeks in training, and really I've been understanding for decades, is if you're capable of doing something, which everybody is, they're capable. And is there anyone on this line not capable of being able to write down what you want to get done today? It just takes 10 minutes. 10 minutes to plan 10 hours. Or do you want to just go and spend 10 hours trying to figure out what you're doing along the way? You want to be intentional on what it is you want to get done. We want to talk about that word commitment for just a second. Commitment is such a powerful word, but it gets thrown around when you talk about things. Listen, New Year's Eve is coming up, right? Everyone's going to have New Year's resolutions, things that they want to get done. Commitments, because you're going to look in the mirror, as does everybody. That first time that you go to use the restroom right after New Year's Eve, that evening you go to use the bathroom and you look in the mirror, I guarantee you're going to have a coming to Jesus moment right then and there. You're going to look in the mirror and you're going to say, this year's going to be different. You're going to lay it out because you're going to look. I know I'm going to look. I'm first going to have a moment of disappointment. I just know I will. I'll look at myself and go, you know what? There's some things that you could have done in 2017. There's some things that you should have done in 2017. And then I'm going to say goodbye to 2017. It's going to be that fast. I know how I work on New Year's Eve. And then I'm going to say to myself, this is going to be the year. And I'm going to have the 10 things that I'm going to get accomplished in 2017. And then here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to read them to the man in the mirror. I'm going to look myself in the eye, and I'm going to read what I want to get accomplished in 2018. Because to me, that's more powerful. Because I got to look at that guy every single day. And let me tell you, the easiest person to let down in this world is you. Because you don't let people know what it is that you want to get done. See, you got to proclaim it to everybody. Believe me, there was a time when I proclaimed to my wife that I'm going to get that $30,000 bonus. And there was times that things weren't going the right way. And there were times, and she would say, where are you at with getting that done? I'm like, I'm kind of, I'm not sure. I don't know. And she'd say, you know what? You can do whatever it is that you put your mind to. She said, don't doubt yourself. She said, you've done things like this before. And my wife is one of my biggest fans. And sometimes she's my toughest critic. See, you need somebody to be your toughest critic because you won't do it yourself. And that's why we talk about in this business about figuring out what is your why. What is it that you want to get done? And take it beyond that. I want to be able to know what Derek Casey's why is. I want to be able to know what Tiara's why is, what Shaniqua's why is, what Jason Wardell, the folks that are listening, what your why is. So that you can have somebody who's going to be your biggest fan in getting there, but also your toughest critic. And if you're staying on track. I mean, I'm driving down the highway right now. And here's what I know. And I'm going to do this real quick. If I go off the road just a little bit, you hear that vibration under the tires. There's something that's telling me, get back on the road. And so, but here's what I also know. As I go off the road, that little band, that little area that tells me that I'm off the road is that it's only about 7 to 10 inches wide. It's only a short amount of space to tell me to get back on the road. But if I keep on going, and it's real easy, I'll get off the road, I'll end up in the cornfield that's sitting over to my right. And that's not where you want to be. You want to be able to get to that point where you've got your focus. Again, my athletes, I'll say it to them. They've got a 15 to 20 second rest in between each and every point that they've got. So that's the time to get yourself back on track. Now, what will happen is sometimes they'll go 3 or 4 points before they get back on track. Well, those 3 or 4 points can cost them that membership, can cost them the momentum that they're trying to build. That 3 or 4 points can literally cost them the match. I think about, with my dogs, I used to have one of those electric fences, and one of my dogs would never go near that electric fence. Another one of my dogs, he would just bear down and run through the fence. He knew that pain of going through was so small. Well, we get caught where we start going off the road and we just keep standing right in the middle of that electric fence. We don't get ourselves focused. Let's remember what the word commitment means, which means long after the emotion is gone in which you make a decision that you keep on track. See, there's a lot of people right now that are going to be listening to what we're talking about, and they're going to be like, I am so fired up, Timmer. That was the greatest training. You really got me going. And then all of a sudden, the kid throws up. You get a flat tire. You get laid off from your job. You're getting a fight with your spouse. Your kids didn't do their homework. Your kids didn't get the grade they were supposed to get. The babysitter didn't show up today. These are all things. These are all things that we can deal with. I was just driving here on the side of the road here, and I saw a little cross on the side of the road, and it had a lady's name on it. It said Detective Tracy Miles. I'm not sure who she is, but I think she lost her life on this road that I'm on right now. And so sometimes we lose ourselves. We lose our life. But as long as we are breathing, as long as we're waking up in the morning, we have an opportunity. Folks, no matter where you are in your Legal Shield business right now, you've got to say to yourself, can this business help me get to where I want to get to? Well, absolutely, we know that it can. But it can't be wishy-washy. It can't be unintentional. It can be and doesn't have to be 40 hours a week. See, that's the problem. I hear so many people tell me about their Legal Shield business, and I'm sure that you hear this all the time. And to me, this is a cop-out answer. The answer is this. Well, if I can't give it 100%, then I'm not going to give it anything. That makes no sense. That's like saying, if I can't invest with one check all the money that I want to put away for retirement, I'm not going to put away anything. That makes no sense either. But if I can put a little bit away every single day, if I can invest a little bit of time every single day to be able to just tell people about what we do. How can it hurt you to be able to share with people what it is that we do? It can't. How hard is it to put 2 people in your prospect by Legal Shield? Is anyone here not capable of doing that? Is anyone here not capable of making the commitment to go to your briefing? I'm not saying you wouldn't have to get children to be babysitted for. I'm not saying that you wouldn't have to maybe catch a ride there. Again, I see Jason Wardell on right now, and man, that man motivates me every single day. I talked to him today, and he's out on the west side of Chicago, and I know that he probably took a bus or a train or something to be able to get there. I can remember when we were going to an event in Oklahoma and going to an event in Kentucky because, he doesn't have a car. He can't get around at this exact moment. But let me tell you, it doesn't stop him to be able to get done what he wants to get done. I've seen him take a bus and then catch a train and then catch another bus and get on that bus for 17, 18 hours to get to Oklahoma. I've seen him showed up to our hotel room with his backpack looking like he just had the longest journey. And then I watched him jump in the shower. And then I watched him jump right up and say, I'm ready to kick the living heck out of this day. So he celebrated the tough time and said, now I'm ready. See, is there a person on this line that's not capable of getting to our event in Oklahoma? Is there a person on this line that's not capable of getting to a super regional? There's a lot of people that are not willing to, though, because you're not willing to realize that it's about the compound effect. It's about the daily activities that you do that at the moment do not seem like they will contribute to the overall success of what you do that matter the most. You know, I tell my daughter each and every morning when she wakes up and gets ready to go to school, I said, you got a choice. I said, the best athletes are going to grab fruit. The best athletes are going to put good protein into their body. But then the other people are going to grab for the Cinnabon. They're going to grab for the donut. They're going to grab for the thing that just tastes so good at the moment. But the compound effect of doing that every single day will result in what you don't want to have happen. Now, is it occasionally okay to have yourself a donut? Absolutely. Tastes great, but it's definitely not less filling. So you say to yourself, it's Monday. What do I want to get done today? And here's what I'm going to give you is a couple things. And then you take a look at Tuesday. And the best thing about Monday is you can plan Tuesday. Do not start Tuesday not planned. Start Tuesday with a plan. See, I wake up and I follow what my great friend Steve Melia said, and that is to write down what your goals are for the day. Write down what your big goals are, what you want to get accomplished. Write down what it is that you are grateful for, because I think gratitude gives you an opportunity to be able to start your day right, because so many people wake up and stub their toe and ruin their day because they stubbed their toe, versus waking up and be grateful and appreciative for what it is that you want to get done. I then read 10 pages of a book every single day. So every day I wake up and read 10 pages of a book. And this morning, or this weekend, I didn't bring my book with me, so I listened to some Jim Rohn. And of course, this morning what I heard him say is, you know, here's what he said: Timmer, for things to change, you got to change. For things to get better, Timmer, you got to get better. Felt like he was talking right to me, because I think that the principle of Kanai that Tony Robbins has put out there for decades, constant and never-ending improvement, Kanai. Make your focus to have Kanai. Make yourself focused on getting done what you want to get done. Don't focus on the circumstances that you're in. I was talking this weekend at my Super Saturday, and I said the things that I do is I get good at compartmentalizing. See, like right now, my kids live in London, England. I could bust out right now and cry about how much I miss them, and I'm not going to see them during the holidays, and how rough things could be, and just how I've missed so many different things that they've got going on in their life as they've been over there for a couple years. But instead, I say, you know what? I go out today with the level of focus, because I can't change that today. I can't change the fact that they're not home, but I know they will be home soon enough, living back here in the United States when they finish up their schooling and stuff. And that's when I'll be prepared for them to be home. That's what I'll have the opportunity to do. And then I'll go visit them, a couple times during the year. See, you cannot focus on what you cannot control, but it's so easy. And I find myself doing that. Believe me, when I was out yesterday and I saw kids out shooting basketballs, or when I saw, shooting some basketball with my nephew, there was a moment there where it took me to that place. It's like, God, this sucks. I miss my kids. I wish they were here. But then I go to a place that says, you know what, it's compartmentalized. I can't do much about that at this moment. I can't. I mean, there's nothing I can do. Worry and negativity is just shedding light on negative goals to be able to come into your life. So be intentional today. Write down what you want to get done. Get some people put into Prospect by Legal Shield. Write down that you're going to do some 3-way calls today. Write down that you're going to add people to your list. Write down that you're going to be on the 11:30, 12:30 informational call today. Write it down. Write down that you're going to get a babysitter for your briefing, wherever your briefing is for this week. Write down what you want the end of this week to look like. Write it down. Because if you write it down and then If you really want to take it to another level, if you really want to make today a committed day, an intentional day, a focused day, and you are willing to do it because you're absolutely capable of doing it, post it. Take a picture of it and post it on this Facebook Live feed. Post what your goals are. Post what you want to get done. Post what you are committed to. Post what you are intentional on. Post what you are focused on, or don't. Success is a choice. So listen, everybody have a fantastic day. Be focused. Don't get off track. Realize that there is something huge coming in January, and it will come easier to those that are committed right now. Everybody have a fantastic day, and bye-bye for now.